way back then, if you had a headache, you couldn't take a Tylenol, and so you had to figure it out. With your reflexology, you press on different parts of the body, and it helps the pain go away. So this we know dates back to 2,500 BC, because they found the mummified bodies with the tattoos, with acupuncture points tattooed on their bodies, which is so cool. I love that. So long ago, they had no needles, so they didn't know. So what do they use? They started out using their fingers, doing acupressure, and then they started using rocks and stones, and they would shape them into pointier objects to try and access these areas that they find helps. So they used that, and they started using fishbones to put pressure on these points. And then the Shang dynasty began in 1000 BC, and that's when the silver and gold needles came about, and that's when they actually started using needles to put into the body. So everybody always says, if acupuncture is so great, why isn't everybody doing acupuncture? And the reason is, a long time ago, communication across the world wasn't, as it is today. You just press a button, you could see anywhere, be anywhere, anytime. So what happened was Nixon went over to China and got an appendicitis attack and didn't want to get surgery and wound up getting acupuncture to treat that. And so that helped him. So when he came back, you can imagine the newspapers that went out at that point, and that's what really got acupuncture in the United States. So that was only in the 1970s. So it's pretty new to the United States, even though it's such an old medicine. Now, in 1996, the FDA approved acupuncture needles as Class 2 medical devices that are safe and effective. So that's very exciting, leap for traditional Chinese medicine, that the FDA is claiming them to be safe and effective medical tools. Now, with acupuncture, there's also acupressure, which is kind of like what you do with the reflexology. So you can just press on points of your body like they did so many years ago to do different things, which is what we're going to do a little bit of today. And the advantage to this is that there's no tools needed. You don't need anything, just your hands. So, we want to learn a little bit about hormones and acupuncture today, and so one thing we can talk about is how they diagnose in Chinese medicine. And they diagnose a lot of different ways, but one way is by using the 8 principles. Do you know what the 8 principles are?
No.
You said 2 of them already. Hot, cold, external, internal, excess, deficient, and yin and yang. Yep. And so that's what they're looking for when we look to diagnose. So they're very simple, basic terms, because back then they didn't have CAT scans and MRIs to figure out what was going on. So they just used these basic 8 principles to diagnose what's going on inside a person. So it's pretty simple to get started. So with these 8 principles, we also are looking for patterns in people. So if we start out with a big hormonal imbalance that so many people know and are aware of is menopause. Menopause is considered in Chinese medicine a hot condition. It's a hot condition because people most likely have hot flashes when they have menopause. Yeah.
Right. Well, hot flashes is an imbalance. It's not a natural occurrence, really.
Right. Yes. So if you're having hot flashes, you're out of balance.
Right.
Yes.
But I find, because I'm over 50, way over 50.
Right.
I have one hot flash the whole entire time.
That's great.
My mother always had hot flashes.
She did.
Sweat to death. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The one thing that I found that really helped every day for the last, I don't know, maybe 10 years, I guess, I've been having flaxseed. Flaxseed balances your estrogen.
That's great.
I never had a hot flash since.
That's excellent. That's excellent. So you found a way to do it with your diet, and that's what you were saying. You want to learn more about Chinese medicine by doing diet and lifestyle. And that's a big part of our practice. I always tell people if they can get better by just altering their diet, and we can use the acupuncture to kind of jumpstart them, then you're better off just working with your diet.
Well, in Chinese medicine, I hate to go there, but in Chinese medicine, they believe that the imbalance is due, the stagnation, the energy in your body, and how this due to a couple of things. Top of the list is diet.
Right.
Second is stress.
Right.
If you could help eliminate that, the energy could flow better through the body, and you won't get illness.
Right, yeah, that's right.
But look at today's food.
Yeah.
Look at the junk food that we produce.
Yeah.
Look at the chemicals that we use. It's very hard.
It is very hard.
It's very, very hard.
It is very hard. But that, you know, that's how we're talking about the hot and the cold, and that's how,
right. Well,
you know, you use those, you're learning about the hot and cold natures of
the
food
excess.
to balance it out.